Hi friends, how are we all? I just wanted to pop on here. I'm actually going to put this, I started filming it for just my members and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to put it on my main page as well. And this is a video, sorry, just also to say, I've just had to move from my little home yoga studio, which is in our spare room, to the office. So if it looks a bit corporate-y with calendars in the background, this is just real life, isn't it? I'm filming somewhere where the lighting was a little bit better. To get to the point, a bit of a digression. This is a video that's going to be just a little bit about your motivation. So over in our members group, we had 4 weeks of flow going on. If you're watching this in the members group, yes, we had 4 weeks of flow going on. And some of you will have made certain commitments about how to, what things you want to get done during January to try and commit to, like so many practices a week, whether that's asana practice, breath work, or pranayama practices, breathing practices, meditations, whatever. Some of you won't, and in life, if you're watching this outside of that group, some of you will have made New Year's resolutions of, I'm going to get these runs in, certain healthy living kind of things, like I'm going to go to the gym X many number of times a week. And what tends to happen is we start off with the best of intentions and then life happens, okay? Life happens and that's my kitten in the background. Life happens. And if we get to the point where we get to the end of the month and we don't achieve our goal, we then use it as a stick to beat ourselves with. And we start to develop this really negative, nasty relationship, just makes us feel really, really unpleasant. So what I would say to you is, can you use it as an opportunity to learn? Okay. Can you use it as an opportunity to learn about, okay, well, why is it that I couldn't get done what I said I wanted to get done? Is it that there weren't enough hours in the day? Because that's generally not the case unless you're working like 3 jobs, single parent, caring for elderly people, doing lots of things. Like, yes, that is the case for some people, but for a lot of us, that isn't the case. We can find even just 15 minutes to move, breathe. Here comes Pixie. Move, breathe, take some time on our mat, go for a 10-minute walk around the block, re-energize during our lunch break, whatever. But again, obviously it depends what your goal is. If you decided that you were going to run for 2 hours a day on a treadmill, which, no judgment if that's what you want to do, but it's not what I would want to do. Obviously that's going to take more time than setting a small achievable goal, like, okay, I'm going to move my body for 20 minutes every day. Or I'm going to try and do practices that help me feel more peaceful and calm and at ease, that help me connect back with myself. So first of all, it really depends on what your goal was. Secondly, as to how easy it was to fit that in the day. But secondly, have a look at, is it that other things ended up feeling more important? Is it that you, it's in the degree of space that it took up in your mind was just less and less over the month, and then you started to feel bad about it, and then it was like, oh, it's actually really hard to then get restarted because you've lost your momentum, because that can happen too. So have a little think and just ponder your own situation as to why that happened, but don't beat yourself up about it, because bringing extra judgment to something like that doesn't ever motivate us. Like shaming ourselves or feeling angry at ourselves, it never results in an improved outcome. Fact. So what can you do to increase the chance of you actually being able to stick to your word, or to work towards goals or small targets that you set yourself? And I don't like using the word targets, goals, intentions, sankalpas, whatever you'd like to think of them as, is something that you're moving towards. Okay, so if I know that I'm going to be wanting to get something done and I'm working from home, or I'm at home, like Fridays I'm at home, I don't work my my job on Fridays, I'm at home. The first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I put on clothes that I know are going to mean that I end up getting what I want to get done. So I knew today that I was going to film some yoga videos for my on-demand membership for my online studio. I knew that I would probably end up at some point going to the gym, walking the dog / going for a run walk, one of those things. So I was ready, my stuff was laid out, ready to put it on. I actually laid it out last night, so it was ready for me to put on this morning. And if you're a runner and you're struggling to get into that mojo of getting your runs in, lay your stuff out the night before. So you get out of bed and it's the first thing that you put on when you wake up, before you go and make your coffee, or when we're getting ready in the morning, it's the first thing that you put on. Don't worry about if you have to go and do the school run in your gym kit. Don't worry about if you have to pop to the supermarket or whatever in your gym kit. Just put it on and get it laid out, because also the action of laying it out the night before sets the intention this is what I'm going to do. You're telling your brain ahead of time, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so lay your stuff out. Lay any equipment out. So my mat is permanently out in my yoga room. I say permanently, I teach classes on Tuesdays and Sundays. So on those nights, it comes with me in the car and it comes straight back out and it gets relayed out, ready for me to use next time. So again, my brain sees it first thing in the morning. It's there ready to use. It's not another hurdle that I need to overcome. Okay. Tip number 3, write down anything that you plan on doing well ahead of time. Okay, so if you're trying to get workouts in or yoga practices in or meditation time, whatever, lay it out the Sunday night, plan your week, say when is it going to go in, and visibly block out the time for yourself in your calendar. Okay, so 8 till 9 going to the gym, or 8 till 9 yoga practice, meditation practice, whatever it is. I said 8 till 9 for an hour, just whatever. It can be, 10 minutes. Get it into your day. If you're somebody that's watching this and you're in the membership, and there's quite a few of you ladies that use this during the day when you're working from home, put it in your calendar. Like, I don't mean your work calendar, but in your own personal, in your phone calendar or in your diary. Like, have it visible, like 15-minute movement practice to have a break away from my desk. It ensures you get away from your desk. Make sure you go and get some lunch. Be away from your desk and reset your mind. So get it physically written out somewhere. Next thing, tell somebody else you're going to do it. So in our accountability group, if you're in the members accountability group, drop a post saying, I'm going to do this flow tomorrow, and I'll hold you accountable. That's the great thing about working as teams in groups is, and if you've got a personal trainer or if you're working with a coach, use them. That's what they're there for. State it on your socials or, in your story, note to self, got to get this done tomorrow or whatever. Just do something to put it out there. You're saying not only to other people, you're saying it to the universe, you're committing your intention to yourself. This is what I'm going to get done, and I'm going to make it happen. And what you'll find is the more you start to do this, the more reliable you become in actually making sure you're going to get it done. Okay. And when you start to do it, you're like, oh, I can do this. And you develop this sense of self-efficacy from the inside that I can do the things that I say I'm going to do. And that, that's there. So that on the days when you haven't got motivation and you really can't be bothered to do things, like I'm all for listening to the body and listening to pain and listening to when you feel exhausted, but sometimes we actually are just being undisciplined. So it's really hard to get that balance, isn't it? When do I listen to my body and listen to my intuition as to, I'm saying, oh, I don't really fancy it today. And when do I have to actually go, oh, hang on, this isn't about being exhausted or being about in pain. This is just being like, oh, I don't really fancy it. Like, it can be hard to switch states. If we've been sitting on the couch watching TV, it can be then really hard to shift state and go, this is what I need to go and do. Actually, for folks in the membership, I've literally just uploaded a energizing practice that will really help you get going with that. It's like a 15-minute practice. So, by the by, yes, what was I saying? So that set shift from one activity to another can be really difficult. So it's made easier when you've done things like got your outfit on already, got your kit ready, got your water bottle ready, laid out anything that needs to be ready, because you've just made part of that task easier. Next thing, I don't even know what number we're on now, visualize yourself doing it. Okay, so before I go to bed, if I knew I was going to have a gym workout or a yoga practice or a meditation practice or whatever, I literally will sit there and I'll visualize myself actually doing it. I'll visualize myself getting up, getting my things on, rolling out my mat or walking into the yoga room or, grabbing my bike, putting my bike shoes on, all these kinds of things. I'll literally visualize myself doing it. And then you are so much more likely to do it. Like, the power of visualization is amazing. There's a real reason why I think people like athletes, dancers, gymnasts use visualization, and it's to do with that mind-body connection. It actually increases the chance of you getting things done. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'd wanted to say. I should have written this down, but I tend to just get an idea and come and splurge. But yeah, I think that's something to keep you going. So February, if you have got any goals, if you're working towards anything, feel free to pop it in the comments. If you're in the group and you're watching this in the members group, what's February going to hold for you? Are you trying to use your yoga practice for helping you feel well and boosted? Are you trying to use the gentle practices in there to help you feel more chilled, or the nidra? What is it that your goal is? Just think about approaching February with intention. And all of this, is never about having to do more, be more, and anything like that. This is about living with intention, okay? So being able to reflect and live with intention. It's not about setting ourselves goals, making it something else that we need to do in our life that feels miserable. Like, that's not what it's about. It's embracing, going, I'm trying to live intentionally. What do I want February to feel like? How do I want to feel in February? How do I want to approach February? And making that possible in small, tangible tasks, and finding ways around that to allow you to actually do it in your life, so that it doesn't fall to the bottom of your priorities list and get sucked away by having to work, all the chores around the house, getting stuck in a scroll hole on social media. We're all guilty of it. All these things where our time just seems to fritter away, and it's the most precious thing we have is our time. So how we manage it with intention, I think personally, is massively important. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this video helps you in some way, and I'll see you next time. Bye.